Okay, what is up, my people? How are we doing tonight? So, if you follow me at all, you're going to know what I'm going to talk about tonight, and that is a challenge. And I need to go on TikTok here, so bear with me just a second. I'm going to start this over. So, welcome. If you're coming from TikTok or if you're coming from YouTube, welcome. If it's the first time you're seeing me, you can drop a 1 or 2. You can drop a 1 in the comments. If you have seen me before, you can drop a 2. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm going to try to get better about checking these comments as I go. But I want to start out by saying this. I want to ask you a question. If someone said to you, severe harm will come to your family if you do not create daily content on the internet about something that you love, rather than you could make X number of dollars from doing it. But if somebody said, if you do not create daily content for, let's say, the next 90 days, because I promise you, if you do it for 90 days, you'll make it a habit. And the reason I'm talking about content is I'm about to give you some examples of some people who do nothing but content, and these are extreme examples, I understand that. But they are examples of people who do not overcomplicate business at all. They have a field of knowledge that they know about, and all they do is create content, and then they send that traffic or those people off of social media to a place they own in a community building platform called Skool. So I don't know if you've heard of Skool or not, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about some people that are really, really successful with Skool. But if someone said to you, if you don't do this, harm will come to your family, you would find a way to do it, right? You would figure it out. And that's my point about what I'm about to suggest to you, which is I'm doing it for 183 days. All right, I guess this is my 3rd day in a row going live, and I believe it's my 3rd day in a row creating live content. But you're going to see videos from me every single day on YouTube, and I will do lives on YouTube and also lives on TikTok, and probably just take the video that I put on YouTube and I'll put it on TikTok, because YouTube is my primary channel and that's who I'm primarily helping. But you folks that are watching on TikTok, you can get out of the content slave, content hamster wheel rat race too. You do not have to post on a place that is designed for entertainment and distraction. It is not designed for education, problem solving, and people wanting to pay you. Yes, I have an echo. Thank you for letting me know that. I don't really know how to address that, but thank you for letting me know that, CHS. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Hey, Kathleen. Kathleen's a part of our group. I need to get some of Kathleen's stuff, and I need to put that in there, kind of like our friend Lion does. But look, content is what moves the needle, okay? And daily content is what moves the needle. And so I'm just going to take a little bit of time here. And when I say content, let me give you a couple of suggestions here of what we're talking about with content. Let's see. Why is that not coming up? There we go. All right. So this is content about a hobby, spirituality, tech, music, health, sports, self-improvement, relationships. If you have a field of knowledge about any of those subjects, those are current categories where you could have a Skool community. And if you don't know what Skool is, let me show you. And yes, Kathleen does spirituality, so she is in the spiritual realm. This is school, and that's actually my friend Lion's community, but this is school, and this is my community. So what's cool about school, and they spell it with a K because they are that cool, and I'm sorry if I've got, do I have an echo on YouTube, or do I just have an echo on TikTok? I'm not sure. Hopefully somebody will let me know. Hi, Ash. Hey, Carrie. Wheels. Sorry, it's tough for me to follow both, but I'll try to say hi to people as they pop in. I know you get a lot more pop-ins on TikTok than you do on YouTube, but I do apologize for the echo that's being caused here. But look at what you can do here. So you have a community, you have a classroom, and you have a calendar. No, it shouldn't be coming out of a speaker. It should not be coming out of a speaker. I don't know if I need to turn it down, and maybe that's what the issue is. I'm not sure. Not on YT. Okay, so this is only a TikTok issue, which I find interesting because I'm actually going live through this program called Ecamm, which allows me to do these really cool things that I couldn't do otherwise. But if the problem is only on TikTok, I'm going to have to try to figure out what that is. And again, I apologize. I just don't have time to fix it now because I'm kind of on a time crunch here to get this done. But so what school is think of like a Facebook group on steroids, one that actually works. Now, yes, you do pay for these, but there is not the distraction and the entertainment that there is. You can see inside of my school community here. You know what you don't see on the right-hand side? You don't see ads because they don't do ads in the school community, in the school platform. They don't allow ads inside of that. The closest thing it comes to an ad is if you're on the hobby plan, which is only $9 a month, they will suggest other school groups, but these are not ads that people pay for so they can hijack your community. For the most part, what people are doing is they are going to a community and they are just mass consuming what is in that community, which means they get a better learning experience. And that's what I love about it. So you have a community. You have a classroom where you can just go in and you can create courses for people. And I create courses for people. I keep them really short because I don't want to overwhelm people, but I've got a couple in here. And I just take people through an onboarding process here, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, and then I have a library of resources. And that's it, right? So it's really, really cool. And then the thing that you can't get out of a live on TikTok or YouTube is this. Live interaction with people that are part of your group. So they get to connect with you. They get to spend time with you. Like Kathleen and I were just on basically a one-on-one inside of school. And what this also means is you don't need Google Meet. You don't need Zoom. You don't need any of those programs because you can perform everything you need to perform inside of school. So what I love about school is rather than cobbling together all these different softwares, it's one-stop shop. You have community, classroom, calendar, and cash collection. Because when you go into school, and I'm going to show you yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome because we can share screens in there. The other person can share screens. It's just like Zoom, but better. And then when you throw in Ecamm on top of that, it's amazing. But see, people can come in here, and if you have a price on your group, and this is a very popular price right now on school, is if you have a price on your group, say it's $9 a month, people can get on there on a free trial. The nice thing about a free trial is it gives people an opportunity to test something out, so it takes away what we call that friction to buying. But unlike digital products, which everybody's hawking on TikTok and on YouTube, this is monthly recurring revenue, and that's the best part about it. monthly recurring revenue. And I have had people that have been paying me for going on two and a half years now. So it is pretty darn cool when you can have people that say, "Hey, I am interested in you know in learning from you and hanging out with you." And to me, that's the best part about school is people get a chance to hang out with you, right? And I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my window here so I can get back to my thing. Where is it? There it is. So, but here's what I want to show you. All right, I'm going to go here because this is and this is this is another favorite thing you can do this. Watch this. Where is it here? Oh, I got to be in the window. Look at that. Woo! Look at that. So now I am in, again, this is a feature of Ecamm. You can't get this in Loom. You can't get this in Zoom, only in Ecamm. So here's what I want to do. I want to show you. Yeah, plus we get to watch each other get better at video, because my friend Lion, when he goes live, he's very fond of showing you how bad my setup was before. And I appreciate that only because I get to see how far that I've come. And yeah, and so we all grow and we get better at video. And the better you are at video, the more believable you are, the more authenticity and the more authority you have when you are that. But here's what I want to share with you. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go to this other one because I think they're there. So here's what I want to show you. Now, these three people are all making an extraordinary amount of money, right? Extraordinary amount. Probably way more than you would believe, but I will show you their groups in a second. But the point is, I want you to think, when you hear these big numbers that I'm about to share with you, I want you to think, what if I could only do 5% of this? All right? Because I'm about to show you people making 6 figures a month sharing their knowledge online. All right? 6 figures a month sharing their knowledge online with a school community. So that's what we're going to look at here. So the first one we're going to look at is YM Baby, or Jade. Now you can see right here, and I'm going to take you and I'm going to show you and I'll prove it to you. But Jade is only doing one thing. She is making content on Instagram. She is sending people to her school community, and you can see she has a ton of people in her school community, and you can see how much she charges, and you can see she's making $150,000 a month. Yes, that is not a typo, and if you think I just created this, let me show you. Right? Let me show you this. Where is it here? Man, I got to figure out these windows. These windows are driving me nuts. All right, let me show you here. So we're going to go to Jade's community. And where is that? That is here. All right, so we're going to bring this up a little bit. We're going to go, and I'm going to put YM Baddie in there. Or yeah, YM Baby, sorry. And let's see where she comes up. There she is. All right. So now you can see 1,700 members, $50 a month. So she's making $150,000 a month. She's one of the most successful on the platform. Here's another one. And then now that I have these up here, this is cool because I can show you some of these other groups. But here's another one. Let's go back. Let's go back to my screen here. And we'll take her off. And then I'm going to show you the next one. The next one is the guy who is a complete OG. This guy is a complete boss. he has won a competition called the School Games every quarter that he has participated. Every single quarter that he has participated, he has won. And his name is Nick Sarayev, and he's got a community that helps people figure out Make.com, which is a software that helps people build AI automations. And so in his group, he promises you that he will help you get your first AI automation client. I think it's within 30 days, but he has, and we'll show you his community as we go away from him, or we go away from Jade, and we go just to School Discovery, I believe. Nope, that's not what we wanted. But this is how you start your own community. It's really simple. That's how you do that. But what are we doing here? Oh, there we go. Discover communities. All right. And then I'm going to go into the money category. And then you're going to see our guy, Nick. Here's the money category. And here is in the paid category. And then you are going to see our guy, Nick. Where is Nick? Nick is... Where's Nick? I know he was on page 1. Maybe he's under the all-time. Let's try him under the all-time. Under top. Because not too many people are getting more traffic than he is. Here he is. There he is. Maker School Automation. 2,000 members paying $184 a month. And they're paying that because they're making thousands a month by spending $184 a month. So the return on the investment is there. But you can see this is Nick. Now, all Nick does, as I believe I showed you before, all Nick does is make YouTube content, and he sends people to his school group, and he makes $250,000 a year. Or excuse me, a month. Sorry about that. A month. And then the last guy might be the most impressive. The last guy might be the most impressive, and this is a guy named Oscar. Oscar does something called looks maxing, which I don't know anything about, but that's what Oscar does. And Oscar makes YouTube and Instagram content, and then he just sends people to his, what's up? How are you, Lion? He just sends people to his school group. He's 20 years old. And this kid, and I'm going to call him a kid because I'm 58, so I can call him a kid. I'm 58. He's 20. He makes $300,000 a month with his school community. All right? And his isn't even about money. His is about, I'm going to help you get healthier so you look better. So you maximize your looks by being healthier, being in better shape. And look what his transformation's pretty impressive. But look what he calls his group Oscar's Community. He doesn't have a fancy name. He doesn't have a fancy website or a funnel or a lead magnet or anything. He just posts on these two platforms, and then he sends people to his school group. So the point of all this is the fact that you don't have to overcomplicate it. You do not have to overcomplicate it. And again, if there's still an echo on TikTok, I apologize. But you do not have to overcomplicate it, because all we are doing is solving problems. That's all we're doing. We're just solving problems. Getting people from point A to point B. Point A is their current situation, CS. See the little emoji guy? He's very unhappy. Point B is the desired situation where people are happy, and all you have to do to get them there is show them a chronological step-by-step process. Like my guy Lion here. He showed me a step-by-step process how I could make my video cool, like this, right? He showed me how I could make my video do these cool things like this. right? Just solve problems. Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. And people will pay monthly for you to solve their problems. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of it, yes, it's looks maxing, but at the same time, it's getting them in better health. So there is a missionary component to it. But hey, you got to hand it to this kid, man. 20 years old. He found something that works. I'll show you another guy who is like really kind of taking school by storm. And his name is Evan. Where do you see Evan? Evan has only had a community now for about 2.5 weeks. I don't think Evan is even doing content right now, but he should be. All he's doing is he's taking this thing called Growth Boost, because here's another thing that no other platform will do for you. This platform, School, they're running ads to help people find our communities, and they're not charging us anything other than a commission if they find them through the School ads. So they're doing free advertising for us. Now, the only time it costs us money is if, let's say, for example, your community is $100 a month, and they are responsible for bringing a person to your community through Meta ads on Facebook and Instagram. Then School will get 30%, because School is spending millions of dollars to help us advertise our communities. Now, this is the only way this guy's community grew. But look at this. He has 280 members interested in getting good at Grand Theft Auto 6 before it comes out in November. And he has a very simple but a very strong promise. Make your first $1,000 from GTA 6 before the launch. Now look, his community is $25 a month after a free trial. So even if you're in his community for 5 months and you spend $125, he's telling you you're going to make at least $1,000 before the thing launches. So that's a money-based community. But he's taken this thing by storm, because 3 weeks ago, this was an idea in his head. He did not have a community. He had no audience. He had no social media presence. He did not have a community. And in 3 weeks, look what this guy has done. I'm going to do a little bit of math real quick. What's that? 280 people. And he started out at $25 a month. Guys, this kid is making $7,000 a month. In 3 weeks, he created this. And this is not $7,000 creating or selling digital products and some kind of one-off thing. This is the real deal, all right? This is $7,000 a month in income. And it's only going to grow from here, because this guy has got it figured out. He found an amazing offer that people wanted, and he made the offer to them. And he did it in a way that it's going to be beneficial to them to stay in the group for the next 5 months, because the game doesn't launch for another 5 months. And he got himself on trending on School as a result of that. So, and look, for every person that's making $100,000 a month, there's somebody making $7,000, or there's somebody making $1,000, right? We just finished this thing called School Games. It was the very last competition. I will show you this real quick, and then I'm going to make a challenge to you real quick before we get out of here. All right? They have this competition called Games. And these are some big ones, okay? But look what these people did in the final games days. Now this blue figure right here, this represents new monthly recurring revenue. So in a 90-day period, this guy, Talus, and I can't even pronounce it because it's not even in English, but this guy, Mario, created $33,000 of monthly recurring revenue. Megan O'Hare, The Photo Project, $33,000. And this is the hobby community. Over here, we have the music community. See, down here in 5th place, still winning School Games, still getting a trophy, is this guy Florian. Florian has a music community. I believe it's, I don't know if it's, well, let's look. Let's see what it is. He's got a guitar community. And his guitar community created $10,000 a month of recurring revenue. Don't pay attention to these money categories. These numbers are stupid and they don't represent the most. All right. Then you got this guy, Samuel Lee. He created $152,000 a month in recurring revenue in 4 months. And you know how he did it? He actually went live on TikTok for 90 straight days. Then you got tech, right? You've got all these people with their communities. Then you got health. This guy created $90,000 of monthly recurring revenue. I mean, absurd. In the last 7 days of the month, he created 27,000. Now, a lot of these people are probably advertising. I understand that. But just look at these numbers. It's absolutely absurd. Actually, these, what are these? Are the blue numbers? Are the blue numbers the quarter? Yeah, the blue numbers are the quarter. All right. Look at all time. Look at these all time. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it the quarter? Okay, I'm sorry. That was the all time. But look at these numbers of the quarter. They're still impressive, right? Matsu here, $7,000 new. Here's a guy, Jazz Piano. He created $3,000 of monthly recurring revenue. Was another smaller one. But the point is, you don't have to. Here's only 5,000, and I say only 5. That is a full-time income in the United States, man. Right? So it's just about finding a niche. Here's one. She made the top 10 or the top 5 and 2,851. But I want you to think about it. Forget the $100,000 community. Think if you could do 5%. So let's think about this. Let's do some math. I wish I had a way to show you my calculator, but I don't. So let's just think about the math here. If the math is 150,000 a month and you're only going to do 5% of that, then guess what? You're going to be doing, let's get this out of here. And I think somehow I lost my camera. I don't know how I lost my camera. How do I get my camera back? Lion, help me. How do I get my camera back, man? Duplicate to horizontal. Is that it? It's not really it, but that'll work. That'll work for now. So that's the point. All right, and the point I'm trying to make here, yeah, that's too big, so we're not going to do that. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I lost my camera. But anyway, I have already started this challenge because today is July 1st. There are 183 days, probably 182 days now because we're pretty much out of this day. But there are 182 days left in this year. And I promise you, if you do content and you send content to a place like school for the next 180 days, I'm not promising you're going to make $100,000 a month. I can almost promise you probably won't. But I can promise you could do 5% of that. And so if the ceiling, if you will, is 150,000 and 10% is 15,000, 5% is $7,500 a month. How would $7,500 a month in extra income change your life? And I'm telling you, man, I just showed you more than enough examples on school. So if you want to learn how this works and how we do it, here's what I want you to do for me. I want you to go check out my community. Now, I have this really cool picture that I came up with. I'm very proud of myself. If I can find it. Where did it go? Where is that? Oh, I love that picture. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Bam. Look at that baby. I love that picture. Now, there's something interesting in this picture, though, that you might not recognize. And I actually had somebody who had to tell me this because I didn't recognize it either. Anybody recognize what's going on in this picture? Anybody recognize it? Probably not. But here's what it is. I created this with AI, right? I used this prompt and I created this with AI. I have 5 fingers and a thumb. I have 5 fingers and a thumb. Let me blow it up a little bit here for you, and I'll minimize me. Right? We'll minimize me and we'll blow this thing up. Look at that. AI is not always perfect, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers and a thumb. So yes, I am a 6-fingered person, but I still think it's a cool image. So I'll play with it and I'll fix it and I'll put it back up here again. But this is my community. Turn your audience into $1,000 a month or more in income. And if you're saying that's a pretty bold promise, Chuck, how can you make that promise for people? Let me show you real quick before I get out of here, because I'm going to try to make this, because look, I'm not working anymore this week. So here's what I mean. How can I make that promise? Well, this is how I can make it, because my peeps here. You got Cindy. Cindy has 275,000 followers on TikTok. All right? In 30 days, she opened a school community for English as a second language. You might know her as the DRC teacher on TikTok. Again, almost 300,000 followers. She might have 300,000 by now. But using what we teach, 30 days, 30 students, earning over $3,000 a month. Now, she had been online for a while, but it took her a decade to get to $10,000 a month. And in 30 days, with a new revenue source, she got to $3,000. So really proud of Cindy. Also proud of Ray. Ray's 66 years old. He didn't know anything about school or community groups or anything like that. He found me on TikTok because I used to go live every day on TikTok from our RV. He found me on TikTok, started following me, and then lo and behold, look at this. He's got 13 members, $87 a month they're paying him. That's over $1,100 a month to teach people English as a second language. And Ray even, I think this is Ray. No, this is Danny. Danny is somebody who is neurodivergent. She has a hard time learning. And she said when she came in our community, and this really touched my heart, she said that she found a place where she didn't have to fit in, but somewhere where she actually belonged. And to me, that's as good as any other testimonial that you will ever give me, is that somebody feels like they belong in my community and they feel seen and heard, because that is important. You want people to feel seen and heard. So if you want to feel seen and heard, check out the community and join us. There is a link in my YouTube. There's also a link to my YouTube in my TikTok, and you can find the link for my school community there. But I'm going to wrap this thing up, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you will understand that your knowledge has value in the world. And all you have to do is offer that knowledge to other people. And what you will find is people by the hundreds or thousands or even tens of thousands. You will find people that don't know what you know, and they would love to learn what you know, and they would be willing to pay you on the monthly to do that. So, guys, if I don't see you, I hope you have a good 4th. I'm going to be back tomorrow, but I hope you have a good 4th of July. I hope you are safe. I hope you take some time, if you're in the United States, to appreciate the freedoms we have to do stuff like this. You can't do this in a lot of other countries. Many you can, but there's a lot of countries you can't go live and talk about stuff like this. You don't have that freedom. We have that freedom here in the United States and some other places, and I just hope you recognize that, because I do, and I recognize the people that gave up their lives for that freedom. So I'm going out, guys, but I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Maybe you'll come back another day and watch another live, because I try to vary these up, show you new examples of people that are getting it done and making money on this platform. And here's the other thing. I'll leave you with this. We're just scratching the surface of this platform. There are 27 million users on this thing, but it's growing now in a 2-week clip, it's growing now what it took them 4 years to reach. And nobody knows about it. All right? Nobody knows about it. At the world at large, they have no clue. So if you bring somebody to this platform, they're like, oh my God, this is an amazing place. You're welcome, CHS. I'm going to try to get that audio thing fixed before I come back live tomorrow on TikTok. But guys, take care of yourselves. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, here it is. Take care. Have a good night. Oh, I went to the wrong picture. Let me get out of this so you can see it. You know what? I'll do it again because sometimes that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Well, I'll show you here again.